Halloween, 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 Halloween. It's time to celebrate, the night comes once a year, giving people nightmares, inducing everyone's fears. Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. At Holt's Peak Academy, the kids are forced to live. The teddy bear is a psychopath and tells them to misgive. The school is filled with nothing but horror and despair, and the kids ask themselves on why they should be scared. 'Cause Halloween, Halloween, it's the month of October and nothing's what it seems. Any person like yourself would go outside and scream Halloween, 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 Halloween. Have you ever come across a TV show, an event, or a video game that you were so curious that you need to check it out? Well, that happened to me. You see, while I was researching for my next Halloween review, I looked over the internet on this one video game I hear people talking about a little bit. I was so curious, I gotta see it for myself. So, I decided to go to the one place that started it all, Hope's Peak Academy. But when I entered the school, I passed out. Not because my head was feeling dizzy or anything, but because I saw the trailer to that Peter Rabbit movie. And by the time I woke up, my life was on the line. Why would someone come up with a movie like that? Huh? How did I get here?
Forgive the intrusion. The school is under new management right now.
Who are you?
My name is not important. For now on, just call me the Mastermind. But I want to know your name and ultimate.
What?
Your ultimate. What is your special skill or talent?
You can call me Mad Hair Patrick, and I am the ultimate video editor. I came to your school because I was coming up with new ideas for my next review, which is Danganronpa.
Really? Tell me what you know about the game.
Well, over the years, there was a time when Danganronpa became a video game legacy. Not just the sequels, but also a manga, an anime series, a first-person shooting game, and even a virtual reality demo. The game was made by Spike Chunsoft, who also made Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity and some of the Dragon Ball games. For any people who are wondering, why is it called that anyway? Well, according to my research, Danganronpa means winning an argument about a bullet.
Well, you come to the right place. But unfortunately, you're living under this school under my rule.
What?
I get bored lately, so I decided to play a game. A killing game. I want to hear your thoughts on the first Danganronpa game. In fact, I want everyone to listen to your thoughts, which is why there are cameras everywhere, watching your every move, listening to every single sentence you say. If I approve your grade, I will spare you. But if you lose, you will be executed. And don't even think about running away because that counts as punishment. So, Mad Hair Patrick, what do you have to say about this?
I guess I have no other choice then. Fine, so be it. I'll play your little game. So, welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. Let's give it everything I got. This is Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. It centers around 15 students who woke up at a school called Hope's Peak Academy. The school is under the control of a remote-control bear named Monokuma, saying no one is allowed to leave the school. But he also says in order to get out of Hope's Peak Academy, they had to murder someone and get away with it. But during the class trial, if the students manage to find out who the culprit, the killer will be executed. But if they fail, the killer goes free and everyone dies. So the students decided to join forces to find another way out of the school without killing anyone, while also uncovering secrets about the school, the outside world, and who is responsible for this killing game. So yeah, this is a really dark game, and I don't mean on the death scenes, but you actually feel for the people who were killed, including the murderer. There were some characters I didn't want them to be killed because they were so likable. The reason why these characters are likable because there's a lot of development and personalities between the students. One good example is the ultimate rider, Toko, who's like this girl who's always afraid of her own shadow. But we learn that she actually has a crazy secret that she doesn't want it to be left out, and she has this crush on this Richie Rich kid, Bayutaka. There's another awesome character named Taka who is like the ultimate hallmonter, and he takes the role of the leader of the resistance. And geez, this guy is full of energy!
I believe in bold simplicity. Let's work together on our educational crusade.
Everyone else even go through some developments whenever they interact with the other students, like Sakura is the strong girl that looks after Hina like a big sister, and Kyoko is the mysterious girl that has no memory about what her ultimate skill is, yet she is considered an ally to Makoto, which she is always loyal to him. And everyone else like Mondo, Chihiro, Sayaka, Junko, and Celeste are actually so likable and interesting.
So what you're saying is all the characters in here are perfect.
No, that's wrong! No, I'm afraid that's where you're wrong about the characters. The major criticism I have with the characters is actually Makoto, the main character of the whole game you play as. And I get what they're trying to do. He is what the audience should relate to since he is the lucky student. But there is nothing interesting about him. He doesn't share the same unique personality as the other students. Also, I didn't really care much about Hiro, Leon, and Hifumi because they were passed on as comic reliefs, giving out nothing helpful during the investigation, especially Hiro. And I know they have development during the free time gameplay, but I'll talk about that later. As for Monokuma, he is possibly the most dangerous villain. Not only did he rule the school with an iron fist, but there's like 100 copies of him. Even when someone tries to smash them, a trap is set for them and kills them instantly. The moral of the story is, don't mess with this teddy bear. But going back to the story itself, the whole game centers around the theme of hope and despair. The despair aspect comes from Monokuma when he imprisons everyone and forces them to kill each other, and the hope aspect comes from the students when they are determined to find a way out of Hope's Peak, no matter what the danger. And that's pretty much the focus of the game. No matter how much despair they had to deal with, there is still hope. But story and characters are not the only important elements in the game. What about the designs? Well, surprisingly, Hope's Peak is an amazing place and often immersive with its 3D designs. In addition, the characters looked amazing and matched their distinctive personalities. Even the acting sounds really great.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Another element that makes the game even darker are the execution scenes. It's both visually creative and disturbing at the same time. I guess the only nitpick I have with the design is that the characters don't really blend well in a 3D environment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, whenever you enter a different room, the character pops out, they look flat, making them look like cardboard cutouts. Now to be fair, it is visually created to make it look like a pop-up book. The only thing that actually works between the characters and the backgrounds is during the trial scene thanks to the camera angles, and the angles actually help build the suspense of the murder. And of course, you can't play a video game unless you have some gameplay, and how does it hold up? There are two types of components in the gameplay. The first one is the investigation. It's pretty much simple where you have to click on notable objects or characters and see if it plays a significant role during the investigation or the goal to escape the school. But you don't have to investigate. There are times in the game where you get some free time where you have to talk to someone and get some info about them. It's a good idea to learn about these characters, but what does it have to do with the murders or the story itself, and how will it help Makoto? My point is, you can wander freely during the investigation without the free time. Finally, you got the other component, the class trial. There is a lot of gameplay during the trial. You have to shoot some gold words or phrases that contradicts the student's statement using evidence bullets. There's Hangman's Gambit, where you have to solve the puzzle to find the next clue. Time Battle is where you follow the rhythm to tackle your opponent. And finally, there's the Closing Argument, where you have to fully summarize how the killer committed the crime by filling in the comic strip. Funny enough, they are helpful into solving the case. Time Battle makes a good showdown, Hangman's Gambit is easy to solve, and Closing Argument really helps the players to fully understand the whole story about the murder. Well, it's not A+ worthy, but it is a lot of fun. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is an unusual yet entertaining game to play. The story is deep with its message about hope, the animation looks amazing, the characters are likable, and the gameplay is a lot of fun. If you love murder mystery games like Ace Attorney, or if you're looking for a puzzle-solving game like Professor Layton, then this game is for you. I wouldn't let young kids to play it because it's a pretty dark game. But if there's anything I learned from this game, despair will never die, and neither will hope. I'm going to give the first Danganronpa game a B+. So, what do you think? Do you approve my grade? Am I free to go?
Good. But not good enough.
What? But you said...
Don't you learn anything from this game? One of the most memorable moments about Danganronpa are the execution scenes. And hello, I am the mastermind. I had to give in to despair.
This can't be legal.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Wait! Don't I get a few last words before my punishment?
Proceed.
Okay. My last words are, I'm gonna spoil everything that happened in the first video game.
What?
That's right. Even if you punish me, I'm gonna use my last breath to spoil everything, including the murders, who killed who, and who is the mastermind of the entire story.
You win. You are spared. You may leave the school, just simply take the path behind me, and you'll go outside freely.
I promise I won't tell anyone what happens in the game. They have to play for themselves if they're curious about it.
But know this, you haven't seen the last of me, and this time you will not be so lucky.
Oh, that was close. Well, I guess I had a little hope for me after all. I'm Mad Hatter Patrick, and happy Halloween. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me to share your thoughts. And stay tuned every week for a new review and other project. See you soon.